Hi there, YouTube fans. This is Matt of Post April 6th YouTube channel. Well, yesterday was a very, 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 very stressful, challenging, overwhelming day yesterday. I arrived at Social Security Administration office. It's a particular field office or district office or a branch, whichever word you prefer to use after Social Security Administration, that is where my case manager for my Social Security disability benefits is located. And I turned in some documentation that I needed to at first when I was called up by the ticket that I was issued. And then that lady stepped away really quickly and she had me fill out a stack of papers that was at least this thick. The number of documents that I had to review, fill out everything that was necessary in those documents, and sign probably 20 times, maybe like 35 times. That whole process took me, as I sat out in the lobby, using a clipboard that the security officer gave me. It took at least an hour and a half to complete. And it was very, very grueling process to go through. And I had to put my, it's either BCN or BNC ID in there. I had to write it out through and through on the documents that was on the second or third phase of it. And then I put everything in that thick, not paper clip, but like a folder clip, I guess. One of those ones about this size, literally, and you go and you pinch it like that, and then you put it on this stack of papers. And I begged and pleaded with the Social Security Administration agent, who I handed everything into, to process reinstatement as quickly as possible. And I also showed her a picture of my cat, and I reiterated, I'm like, please, I want to keep this cat. I want to get Social Security Administration funds back by the 3rd of April if possible. Well, she reassured me that she is going to immediately go over to a case manager and turn everything in and see what she can do. That's all she can do. I mean, you know, she can only have her say by so much before what she is saying and the reasons why she's saying it and other particulars will only do so much to make things go through quicker than 30 days. And, well, as of this moment, right now, fortunately, I've had the day off, and what I did was I waited for a, let me rephrase that. I woke up around a little after 12, about roughly 12:15, 12:20, and then I went into the kitchen and I did all the dishwashing that I needed to do, and I made myself a cup of coffee, and I cooked the breakfast. Instead of 3-3H or 4-3H breakfast, it's this one. It's 2-3H breakfast. What that consists of is 2 sausage links, 3 scrambled eggs with a little bit of cheese, and I mean a little bit, and hash browns, what I had left in hash browns. I cooked every little morsel of hash browns up. And the other thing that I did, added to the breakfast, was I got an English muffin and I cut it in half, and I had 2 delicious slices of sourdough English muffins. Yeah. I just put a little bit of margarine on each one of them, and boy did it taste good. Okay, then after I got that taken care of, I believe what I did was I went into the bathroom and I showered and shaved and brushed my teeth. And then after I got that done and I got fully dressed, I took my smartphone out and I called Rocky Mountain Human Services, because they do things to help people like me who've suffered a traumatic brain injury. I could not speak to anyone, but what I did do was I left a detailed voicemail, and I tried to make it as short and to the point as possible. That's all I could do. And then after that, I listened to a little bit of music, and I started to do my expense report. And it's a personal expense report as well as catching up the business expense report. And then, after I got that completed, I believe what I did next was I posted something on Mercari. What it is it's 2 beverage coasters, you can use for coffee, hot chocolate, tea, or any cold beverages. Whatever type, or an alcohol beverage, whatever you want to do with it. There would be, you place on a beverage so you don't wet up the coffee table or the or whatever the beverage is sitting on. And what it says on each one of them, because it's a lot of 2 different coasters, is Land of the Free and Home of the Brave. I put that on Mercari for $3. And I also did a little bit more poking around into some things. And then I proceeded to go through my receipts that I have filed away. And I looked for a receipt so I can return some throat spray that I'm going to return to Trader Joe's. Oh, before I did the bookkeeping, I just remembered 2 other things I did. First, I left the apartment to go to the mailbox, and I got a nice little package in the mail. What it was some 60 capsules of OHCO Cold Snap. Because I tell you, there's been some bad viruses going around. In fact, you can tell by my voice I'm a little bit hoarse. Yeah. And then I had a stack, probably at least this thick, of junk mail, and I shredded every single one of them. And another thing I did, I think I did this after I got the bookkeeping done. I logged on to thriftbooks.com/buy books. And I put in at least 6 to 8 different books, but they didn't want to buy them. I was like, okay, fine. Then what I did was I went over to powellsbooks.com and I tried to log in under my user ID, but I couldn't remember my password. So then I tried like 4 different times to reset my password, and it wouldn't let me reset my password. And I'm like, what the hell? Why are you people doing this? Why are you treating customers like this? And then I went to Eagle Saver, which is something I just learned about. I've been there for the first time. And I put in all the ISBN numbers of at least 6 different books in through them. Oh, we're not interested. Oh, sorry, we're not interested. I'm like, fine. I'll put these on eBay. Thank you very much. And then what I did, so I keep looking this way and this way because I'm looking for an RTD bus that's supposed to be arrived right here. And then what I did was I called, after I found the receipt, I called Trader Joe's to make sure that it would be authorized and that it would be taken care of to do a return of the throat spray that's sealed and intact. And get a merchandise credit. So that's all for now. Please stay tuned. There's going to be more. Hi, YouTube fans. This is Matt. I'm returned again. Well, I've been through quite a bit for the last 4 days. Why don't I give some more details about what happened on March 26th? I went to Trader Joe's, and then I did what I previously had said in the previous video. I went and talked with customer service about returning the throat spray. And then after I got that completed, I knew I was on a time limit, and I got several groceries that I needed. And even though I had a merchandise credit little slip in my pocket, I forgot to redeem that while I was there because I was in such a hurry to leave. And then I started walking fast towards the bus stop on 6th Avenue, and the bus goes like that. So I missed the bus. So then what I did was I walked over to 6th Avenue anyway, and I looked at rates for both Lyft and Uber. And I got the best rate I could get with either, I think it was Uber. But I had to wait there at that particular address or location for at least 10 minutes for the driver to show up. And she comes and she picks me up, and then she gives me a nice ride to the to my home. And once I arrived home, I believe what I did was I reheated something or I cooked something because I was hungry by that time. No, I take that back, I didn't, because I was really stuffed from what I'd eaten earlier that day. What it was that I ate was 4 chicken tenders with heated barbecue sauce and French fries and a little bit of coleslaw, just a little thing about like that of coleslaw at New York Daily News. And believe me, that really fills you up. You ain't hungry for quite a while. And then I watched some YouTube videos, and I did some other things. I'd likely put up something on eBay, but I don't remember what it was because I had so much on my mind of other things to take care of. On the 27th, I worked I'm pretty sure it was a 1:30 p.m. to 7 shift, or 6 p.m., something like that. And I kept coughing up stuff all the time because I was just ugh. I mean, there was a cold bug going around, or a sign, like a cough and congestion bug going around, and I probably caught it at the Social Security Administration office the day before I filmed the previous video, which was the 25th of March. And either way, I stayed there through and through the whole time. On Saturday, I got to work at 11:30, and I told my dad verbatim everything that was going on, and he had faith that he says it's all going to come out in the wash, meaning I'm going to get the money one way or the other. So I worked that shift 11:30 to, I believe it was 3:30. Hold on a second. Actually, it was 11. I'm pretty sure it was 11:30 to 4:30. And I made sure to clock out right on time, and I made sure to hot-foot it to the RTD bus so I could get on that quickly. And what I ate for dinner, I just don't remember, because again, so much has been going on. And on Sunday, I worked a shift where I'm pretty sure that it was at least 6 to 7 hours. And then on Monday, I remember this day clearly. Or no, it was Sunday. It was Sunday, not Monday, because today's Monday. Duh. Yeah, on Sunday, I worked a 1:15 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. shift. That's right. And on that day, towards, for the last 2 hours, both cashiers were really busy. I mean, we really got slammed. We really got busy. And then what happened was at 7:45, I clocked out right on time. After I shut down my drawer and did what I'm supposed to do before I clock out. And then I hurried around the store, and I got several different groceries I needed. And then what I did was I left at about 2 minutes till 8, and I walk to the stop where I can catch the 8:09 bus, meaning the bus comes to the stop close by the grocery store at 8:09 p.m. And I did put up one item, but that's all I had time for, because I tell you, I was really tired when I got home. And I went to bed a little earlier than usual because I was beat. And I laid there and I slept. And then I woke up for a little while, and then I got back to sleep for a little bit, and then I wake up again. And after I wake up, I'm referring to today, March 30th. I did the dishwashing that I'm supposed to do before, so I could cook breakfast. And after the dishwashing done, I did the 3H breakfast, which is 3 strips of bacon, 3 eggs scrambled with a little bit of cheese, and some hash browns. And I made sure to cook it to a T, exactly right. And then what was going on is I was really starting to feel depressed and overwhelmed. It's because of the Social Security disability financial benefits. Because see, I just got reinstated. And then what I did was I tried to lay down and go back to bed for like about a little over a half hour, and I thought, well, I can't fall back to sleep. That's pointless. So a little bit after that, I got up and I took a fairly long shower because I was feeling really sticky, and I needed to get pepped up. And then after I did that, and after I showered and got myself all dried off, and I shaved and brushed my teeth and got dressed, I think I looked at some things on YouTube for a little bit. And then what I did was I thought to myself, I'm like, don't sit here in this apartment and mope around. That's not good for you. You got to be strong. You're going to get this dealt with sooner or later. So what I did first, before I found out about the really nice surprise, I was aware of the fact that I sold a T-shirt that I bought on through Timu. It's the Mr. Rogers neighborhood, where it's the little, nice trolley that goes into make believe. And then I logged into my eBay account through my laptop computer, and I printed out the invoice, and then I go over to a nice 9 by 12 large envelope, and I folded up the T-shirt so it fit in there really good, and it wouldn't make the package more bulky than it should be. And I folded up the invoice with a little YouTube flyer, and then what I did was I taped it up and I weighed the item so that I would pay for the postage and get everything right to a T. And then what I did was I thought, okay, why don't you get your personal expense report caught up? You got to get this done because this is really bugging you, and you got to take care of this. The sooner you get to take care of this, the sooner it's off your mind and you feel less overwhelmed. So I started, after I typed in a couple of receipts from a certain date, I thought, okay, I'm going to log in and I'm going to double check something. I logged into my Chime account. Guess what was waiting for me? And I'm not going to say the amount of what I got because that's a big no-no. It was my monthly benefits from Social Security Administration for Ssdi. And I was so happy I almost started to cry. And then what I did was I called my father and I told him the good news. And he and I talked for at least 3 or 4 minutes before he had to go. And then I called my friend Martin and I told him the good news. And he was really happy for me because he could only talk for 5 minutes because otherwise he had to go to his next stop and take care of something for the medical industry where he's a caretaker. Yeah. And then I got the expense report done, and I got the expense report, the business expense report for the stuff I sell on eBay done. And in the expense report, I made sure to put in 4 different donations and it was only $1 per organization. And then I put everything in a tote bag, and I walked over to the post office, and I handed everything in, and I paid for a money order to pay my rent for my apartment. Yeah. And then what I did after that was I walked over to Dollar Tree, and I got some things I needed, like toilet paper, paper towels, and I got some zebra popcorn, because it's got this chocolate and this other type of flavor, and like caramel on top of caramel corn. Oh, is it good? It tastes very good. And I got some other items that I needed. And then I walked back here, and as soon as I walked in, I warmed up the oven to do one of those. Hold on. It's a Stouffer's stuffed pepper. What the stuffed pepper means is green bell pepper with beef and rice and zesty tomato sauce. And believe me, this thing is worth it. And I cooked it in an oven, because if you do it in a microwave, it's going to come out a little funny. It's going to taste funny. The meat's going to get a little hard. It's not going to taste very good. But when you cook it in an oven at 350 degrees for 50 minutes, it's well worth the 50-minute wait. Believe me. And then after I ate that, I watched some more things on YouTube. And then I went over to the entertainment center, where my smart TV, VCR, Blu-ray DVD player, and some other things are. And I took everything off the shelves, compartment shelves, and I dusted it, because I tell you, there was a ton of dust on that thing. I mean, a ton. It was really starting to look filthy. And then after I got done with that, I got out the vacuum cleaner and I vacuumed the carpet, because the vacuum has a lot of lint, fabric thread, and little pieces of little bits of like breadcrumb and all kinds of stuff. And I vacuumed the carpet thoroughly. And then after that, I started to, no, wait a minute, I take that back. I didn't start to film right away. I did watch a couple of quick things on the, no, I watched one. It wasn't quick, it was 20 minutes. It was restoration of a Austin Morris old antique car that was rotting away, and it got totally restored so that it looks like a brand new car, even though it's not brand new. It was fully restored. Then I started to film the YouTube vlog like I'm filming now. Well, it looks like the issue with Ssdi is solved for now, and I'm just going to really make sure to upload earnings so they know exactly what I'm earning all the time. Thank you for watching this vlog, and goodbye now. Thanks a lot.